Welcome back to Yako Capital and checking out the BSV dollar. Here's the chart. We're going to start off with just seeing where this is going. It sucks, but I think it's going to find support around here. And let's see what happens. So looking at the whole chart of BSV, it's basically we have what since 2018, end of 2018 to 2021, which is not a long time, but we can see what we can do with this here. Going monthly, it looks like it's just dropping. It's just gonna end up back here, probably worse, maybe to zero. Just kidding. But looking at weekly, we can see that we have a little more support coming around here. Okay. I pulled up the MACD and the slope. So the slope on the weekly isn't that bad. It's just right below zero. So basically, it's a moving average of 130. And it's checking the slope of that moving average. So the slope of that moving average was pretty high at here. And that's a sell-off. And the moving average right now is just not that bad. So, but this is weekly, and then let me go into daily. So daily you have a much stronger moving average slope. So it's just coming down. But what's interesting is that the MACD, this compared to this, there's a divergence. So if you were to do it like that, and then this would be like that. So there is a divergence there. We can look at that. The slope is also in the negatives, so that it can't always stay in the negatives. It has to move around. You see? So the highest peak that we came off of recently when it was at 498, 490 was at positive 3, and then before it came down from 459, it was at positive 2.9, and here we're just at negative 1.3. So if it is still an uptrend, this will reverse, because in an uptrend you get higher ones up here than a downtrend. So besides the divergence there, let's look at some other stuff. So zooming it out, we said earlier last time we had our support resistance lines all the way from here. Okay, we'll move these back. That's what we had, and it broke through. Okay, so even if we go here and we just do it like that at a 0, that's what we have. Now we're thinking, oh my god, it's about to break down, but I think this is a fake. I think this is a fake out, and it's going to start going back up. If it does drop, we're looking at a heavier drop at $80. Like our next support is in this area. So why am I putting it in this area? Because you have in the middle of these two, and it's right here. So just to be average out. So we'd have it a little above, a little below. That's our next support would be. You're looking at $80 or less, a little bit less, plus minus 10. And then after that, we'd be even going lower. So you'd have this. and you'd have it come down to about, what is it, $49. This is at 76, this is at 49. So we're looking at, if it truly fails and goes down, it's going down to here. Okay. Now I think that's highly unlikely, and if it is, then it's not going to be for a long time. How far are we actually going down from here? So using the Fibonacci to look at the extensions, we usually do, so if we were just to do this, we usually do Fibonacci, we pull it down in here, and we have an extension of 700. So the coming back up is going to $700. That's what we do. So this is the same, but in reverse. So coming down from there, coming down to, and we don't want to pick this part because we're going to think it might go down here or down here, right? So we're going to pick this other low just to see, and it came, it touched, and it held back up here too with this bullish candle right there, and then before dropping lower, right? So we can look at it as if we're in this area and we're not going any lower in this area, like we said before, we're not going in this area, and we're staying in this area, taking the top and the bottom here. Even if we do this one here, this top here, you're looking at it stopping right here, 1.27 and 1.618, right? And the measurement is, like I said, from there to there. So if I was to draw like that, you're going from there to there, and then it would drop to 1.27. It tested it, it touched 1.618, and it most likely go back up. But there is the possibility that if you do pull this down to this, then, like I said, you're looking at these prices right here, 90s and 80s all the way down to 60s, this whole area here. Because I think this is all here, I don't think it's touching here, and it's gonna go up. But and also including the miners and Tal and them, they're gonna probably hoard their BSV just to get the price up before selling it for a profit for the miners to make some money, because right now, with the incentives they're getting, the transactions they're getting, they need the price to be higher. It's just economics basically. So there's more than just people speculating. The miners need to get money from BSV, and they're hurting right now. So they need this to go up. They don't need it to. There's an incentive for this to go up, back up. And I keep thinking that miners are dumping up here, to be honest. Like, they accumulate and they dump. So looking over here, maybe not this one, but let's say that after the hash war, they sold for profits. They had to. It gets down here, they hoard it. Maybe they're accumulating from here, the miners, when they sell off here, and then everyone's just buying, sell it again, accumulate here, sell it off again, and then here was just a bunch. We had a spike here, and then these two here, boom, boom. So that's what I think it is. Also, if you look at these trend lines, let's say we pull these two ones here, it broke through, it's horrible, right? That's what it seems like. Oh, what a bad thing. But it's a fake out. I believe it's a fake out. If we do this one here too, put this one here, put this one here, where is it? Right there, the flash crash. It'll come down and it's gonna hit over here. So 90, 80, that's what it's looking at about. We'll see. That's if this high is to this high, this recent high, and this recent low. You're going to get a price over here. Or if you go here, this low, you get a price over here, right? Because this is attached to this before there was a rally, a little rally up, so it'd be smarter to put it here. And then so there's a price probably coming here at 93. But if we do go from that high to this high, then we're basically done here. And there's one line, second line, and then you have the Fibonacci of this big move, because this move was pretty big. It went from, what is that, 494 down to 201. So higher than a 50% drop, and it's a big drop. It's not as simple, it's not an easy one. So that can be considered for the Fibonacci to see where it might be resistant. And so those are basically the options you're looking at. Is, let's do it one more time. Looking at about the 79, and if it's even worse, looking at about the 50 mark. So these are the three areas. I doubt it's going to be like that. That's going to mess up a lot of miners, a lot of companies. So I think this is the threshold to stay above the like profits, just to make something. And I think there's a lot of manipulation. I don't think it's all natural. The whole cryptocurrency, stocks, everything, there's manipulation in it. Stocks probably being the biggest one with the SEC and the government and all that. Goldman Sachs and all that stuff. So I think it's probably just going to move like this. Probably hold this down. If it doesn't, it will come down. But like, imagine it does this like that. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt big time. And then obviously go back up. But there's a lot of work here. Even if I put on the profile volume profile, so it's a lot here. This is just something minor, I think. So possibly like that. Just chill out here for a while before going up, or even like that, right? Being this support for a little while before going up. So that's just my point of view. Any comments? If you guys have anything you want to share, any ideas, charts, let me know. Just putting this out there, maybe help a few people see it in a different point of view, because I'm always interested in seeing it in a different point of view. And I mean, BSV is the best technology out there in blockchain, so it's just being manipulated like crazy, and like miners have to make money. Same with Tal has to make money. They can't be making it off fees. The fees aren't enough. There's not enough incentive from the fees to make any profit. So they'll be dumping their own money, their own cash, and even Tal stocks were dropping today. So I think Tal's stocks are correlated a little bit with BSV.